Hello YouTube, what's going on? This is your boy Raymond with Car Dealer Life. I am so excited to have another video for y'all. I know it's been a couple days or about a week now since I've had a video out, but I am working on content, man. I want to make sure I bring substance and things that you need to know if you're in the car business. So this video is all about dealing with crazy customers. After you sell the car, dealing with crazy customers. All right, so you guys all know I do buy here, pay here. And buy here, pay here is a very unique type of industry because it can be rewarding and then it can be detrimental. All in a matter of about 72 hours. As far as your character, it can reward your character or it can detriment your character or attempt to detriment your character within about 72 hours. So if you're in buy here, pay here, and you're selling used cars, late model vehicles between 99 to 2004, you know what I'm talking about, or you know what I'm about to get ready to say. So when you are selling the car, you are like the most important person to that buyer. Like you're God sent, you're God sent, you are a gift, you are a blessing, right? When they leave that car lot, if that car breaks, you are the scum of the earth. You are a crook. You knew the car was broken. You sabotaged the vehicle. You ripped them off. You took their last dime. So how do you overcome that? What do you do to protect or insulate yourself from that BS? Well, here we go. Here's how I do it, or here's how I'm learning to do it. Number one, when you are posting vehicles on Facebook Marketplace, when you need to make sure you go into your settings and you need to make sure, hold on guys, make sure I got good lighting. You need to make sure you go into Marketplace and you need to make sure you turn the comments off on your post. Nobody should be able to comment on your post after it's sold or after it's off Marketplace. So definitely go in there and do that, because what you'll have happen is people will come back on the post and comment on the post. Okay? So you need to make sure you turn that post off and turn that those messages off. Okay? That's the first thing you need to do. The second thing you need to do to insulate yourself is going to be to explain to them at the time of buying the car that if anything happens to the car, it is sold. Obviously, all of our cars are sold as is, where is. Okay? None of our cars are sold with warranties. So they understand that. You need to ask them, if you buy this car and it breaks tomorrow, are you going to call me and say I'm a scum of the earth? Are you going to call me a crook? Now, I know this sounds crazy and it sounds, ridiculous for somebody to do, but these are some of the things that you can do to protect yourself from that emotional turmoil, because it is emotional. Now, you got to have thick skin. That's the principle of this job. If you don't have thick skin, the used car business is not for you, because people are going to call you everything except a child of God, and you got to be able to walk in your own conviction and your own belief. You know what you're doing. You know that you're not buying cars with the intent of ripping people off. You understand that you explain to them all of the faults and all of the things that you know that are wrong with the car. And it's up to them to go and get their own mechanic, bring them back to the lot, and decide if they want to buy the car. They're given a test drive. They're given all of these things to decide if they want to buy a car from you. If they choose to buy that car, then it's on them. But definitely make sure you have those conversations with them about what could happen because they were buying a used car. That's one of the ways that you can protect yourself. So do that, and man, keep selling cars. Don't let nobody take away your dreams of being a used car dealer because you're afraid of how people are going to perceive the vehicles or perceive you after they buy a vehicle that may have an issue. I've sold several vehicles. I've only had about 3 that have failed on people in a short period of time. But those failures are all fixable. And if you buy a used car, and so when here's another tip real quick, because I'm trying to keep these videos short. Here's real quick. If you are are selling a car to someone who wants to buy a used car, and you have the inclination or you have the feeling that they think this car is going to last them forever without having to do any work, you need to stop them and say, hey, I think you need to go to a new car dealership and buy you a brand new car with a warranty, because this car ain't for you. And you need to give them every opportunity to walk away. And the reason you do that is so that when something happens to that car, they can't say that you crooked them or tricked them into buying it, knowing that something was wrong with it. Because sometimes people aren't meant to buy used cars, but that's all the money they have. Their credit is jacked up, they don't have any money, so that's their last resort. But mentally, they're not prepared for a used car. And so sometimes you have to distinguish those people before you put yourself in that situation, and then it backfires. All right. If you have the inclination that this person is going to be a pain in the ass, you need to tell them, nah, you know what? You need to go buy you a brand new car. And you need to say that multiple times. And if they still want to buy the car, sell it to them. But you need to say that multiple times so that they can't come back and say you tricked them into buying a used car that you knew had a problem. All right. Take those tips, guys, and go sell some cars. Have a good day. And I'll be making some more video with some good content in the days to come.